All right, this is super stupid. I just recorded the video that you're currently watching, and I realized that I didn't have my microphone audio track selected in OBS. So the video has gameplay audio, but it does not have my mic audio as I was commentating live. So I'm doing it now in post. But yeah, this video is just me following up on the last video that I made, talking about how my PC is basically exploding. And before I get into that, I just want to thank everybody for the support shown on the last videos, all the views and all the comments, especially of people, helping out and giving advice. It's all very much appreciated. If you took the time out of your day to watch that video or leave a comment, I just know that I very much appreciate it. I think it has like, what, 670 something views or something like that. But yeah, I didn't think that, I guess it's not a ton of views in like the grand scheme of things, but I was surprised that video got any attention at all whatsoever, considering it's not really like a gameplay video. It's me, bitching and complaining about how my computer's being stupid. But yeah, I really appreciate it a lot. But yeah, following up on that, the reason why I remember in that video I said I was gonna try and stream and make videos regardless of that, but there's two reasons why I didn't do that. One, when I went to render that video, my editing software crashed like 5 times in a row every single time I tried to render the video, and I got lucky. The time after that, I went to bed and waited like a few hours and tried it again, and it worked. But hopefully when I go to render this video, it doesn't do that. I recorded for about like 16 minutes, and before that, I was playing the game with OBS open just to see if it crashed occasionally. And so far, in the little bit of testing that I've done, it did not do that. So, the frame rate issue that I'm having with OBS is not completely gone. You might see it in the video, in the footage that you're watching. But yeah, there's also occasional like hitching. The game will occasionally like have a stutter every so often. And I feel like that's the game trying to crash, but it's not. So I would very much prefer that over the game actually just crashing. But yeah, we'll see in the future if any of my games actually crash while I try to record them. But yeah, that was the first reason why there hasn't been anything in between then and now up until this point. And the second reason is that I was originally going to try and use Shadowplay, which is the GeForce Experience like gameplay recording thing that uses your graphics card. And the footage for the most part when recording for that was actually very barely experiencing any like frame rate shenanigans. It was mostly just occasional stuttering in the footage. But setting that up, and trying to set up the live stream stuff and everything, and the way that it sometimes stops recording if you alt tab and things like that, it was really annoying. And also the mic settings are basically non-existent. So, I can't put like filters over my microphone to make it sound not like shit like it would normally. And also, even though I'm not really like 100% comfortable having a face cam on, the fact that the option that is in Shadowplay to have a face cam is really shitty and bad was also kind of annoying and made me not want to use it. So basically, TLDR, rendering the video took multiple attempts and was really annoying, and trying to use Shadowplay made me want to try and get OBS to work. But I should get to what I actually did to alleviate my current issue. So I thought it might have been a hard drive issue. I took a 4 terabyte Samsung 990 Pro out of my computer SSD, and I don't think that was causing issues. However, when I checked my motherboard, the compatibility, I believe the 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte versions are supported, officially on my motherboard on the website, but the 4 terabyte one, which is the one that I have, was technically not there. So it's the same storage device, but it wasn't listed. The 4 terabyte one was not listed there. So just on the off chance that was causing issues, which I don't think it was, because after I removed it, my issues were still present. But on the off chance that it was causing something, I went ahead and removed it, which kind of sucks because having that much storage space on an SSD was super useful. But maybe at some point I'll try and put it back in, see if anything changes, but hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, what I actually did to significantly reduce my OBS and game crashing woes was actually updating my BIOS, which I remember on my old computer that I had before this current one. I remember actually updating my BIOS, but I never actually did it on this computer. And I think the BIOS version that I had on this one was from like 2021 or some stupid shit like that. So again, the odd thing is that up until like a month ago, I was having 0 issues recording and playing games at the same time. So, but for whatever reason, updating my BIOS seems to have alleviated my issues somewhat. They're not completely gone. Like I said, you might still see stuttering and the frame rate dip in the video occasionally, but it's much better than it was before. So with all that said and done, I think I'm going to be able to actually, for real this time, make videos and stream consistently. Again, the occasional frame rate dip might still happen because it's not completely gone, but hopefully it'll be bearable for myself and anybody watching the videos. But yeah, I think the whole getting a new PC thing I still think I should get a new PC at some point, because again, my problems are still not completely alleviated, but it's shifted from a immediate worry to something that I can sort of push off into the future. It's not a problem that requires my immediate attention, but I think getting a new PC will be like now a long-term goal. Not that I make money doing this anyways, but you know, in addition to my job, and if I get popular enough and people, you know, for whatever awful reason decide to give me money, I think the next thing I'm going to try and do is get a new computer, just so for sure 100% these problems will go away. And now I'm sitting here trying to remember what I said in the first recording, but now I can't because I'm an idiot. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned it in the last video as well, but I did completely wipe my computer and factory reset it. So all my Steam games and games that I potentially would want to make videos on, I have to start reinstalling them again. But as of this current moment, I have all the Souls games, DS1, 2, 3, Elden Ring, and I even set up the PS3 emulator again so I can play through Demon Souls, because that progress was all gone after I wiped my computer. But yeah, I also have Destiny, Call of Duty, and XDefiant installed for my FPS stuff whenever I decide to make videos on that again. But yeah, I have to be a lot more selective about what I install now, because currently in my computer I have my boot drive, which I try not to install anything on. I have a 4 terabyte hard drive internal, and I also have a 2 terabyte SSD installed. So I'm gonna try to not install like games or anything on the hard drive or my boot drive, so that just leaves the 2 terabyte SSD. So it's still plenty of space, but I had a ton of games installed, so I have to be more careful unless I decide to put the 4 terabyte SSD back in, and hopefully it doesn't cause issues, but I'll decide if I want to do that another time. So recording and playing games seems to be stable for the most part. Now, the last thing that I've yet to try yet is to render a video, so hopefully that'll be fine. By the way, I don't know how long this footage is, but just switching topics really quick, the OST in the DLC is like really, really good, and I would argue that it's better than 99% of the music in the base game. You know, there's still plenty of good tracks in the base game, but the DLC ones are, oh, they're so good. And one that I think is really underrated, actually, is the Putrescent Night OST. If you haven't taken a listen to it, especially the first phase, I think the second phase is fine, but the first phase I really liked a lot of the Putrescent Night. So if you haven't taken the time to listen to that song by itself, I would definitely recommend doing that. Just in addition to all the other DLC tracks that are all really, really good. But yeah, I kind of want to make a like Saint Trina sleep build character in Elden Ring at some point, but a lot of the stuff is either consumables or it's locked behind the DLC. And like some of it is locked late in the DLC, like Polier's needle weapon and the velvet sword. It's so crazy that there wasn't a sleep boss of any kind or enemies in the DLC. That's wild. Also how sleep is horrible in PvE, but unless you're fighting the Godskin duo, I guess. But anyways, I'm rambling. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. There might be something I said in the original recording that I'm now forgetting, but clearly it's not important enough for me to remember. So yeah, this is gonna be a shorter video. Again, I just wanted to give an update on the whole PC exploding situation. TLDR, the problem is not completely gone yet, but it's alleviated enough to the point that I think I could start using OBS again and start making videos and streaming consistently again. So, and again, I just want to thank everybody for the support shown on the last video. You know, everybody who watched it and offered their help and guidance in the comment section is very much means a lot, especially, you know, with somebody who has like less than 1,000 subs. I didn't expect that video to do nearly as well as it did. But yeah, if you would like to continue this journey of whatever the hell this dumb shit on this channel is into the future, then leaving a like on the channel and subscribing would be very much appreciated. I somehow managed to talk without playing the game nearly as long as I did while actually recording the video. So before this drags on any longer, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. But yeah, for the foreseeable future, I'm gonna, you know, persevere through the greatly alleviated issues that I'm having. They're not nearly as bad anymore, but they're still there. But yeah, I think for now we'll be okay at the very least. But anyways, later.